Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for Conversation and Coffee, the show where I, with the use of underused, overpriced technology and mediocre video editing, will embark on a magical journey with you guys to discuss the beautiful things in life. With this week's topic being the esports industry and the actual chances of working there. Now, this is a different topic. Oh, I just nearly messed up my microphone, but that's okay. We're doing it in one take, so this is all going into the video. No problem. Let's continue. I was talking about how this topic is a little bit different from the last two. We discussed what esports is and what it is to me, and now we're going to talk a bit more about the human side of it and what you can actually do to work into esports. So in my years of, that sounds a bit, what's the word, profound I guess, but in my years of playing video games competitively, I've come across a couple of people that have actually made their way into esports more or less. That is a bit vague, but what I mean with that is that they have like done some things in esports. I don't know actual professional players, but I do know people who work for the companies that support those people, that the website makers and that sort of stuff. So I talked a little bit to these people, and we had a really nice conversation talking about how the industry was growing and what direction it was going. And we tried to come up with some new jobs that were created now that the esports industry is growing. And we came up with a little list. I will just name them very quickly in the interest of keeping the video short. So yeah, first real job we come up with was personal trainers. With esports becoming like a serious thing and big issue, personal trainer is a job that is really getting in there, in the sense that teams, professional teams, are living with each other in a house, and they actually need physical exercise to keep playing at their best. This means that they need personal trainers that will track their eating patterns, their movement patterns. They decide and elaborate on what a player should do to keep healthy mentally and physically. And sometimes there are even psychologists that will discuss certain emotional patterns that a player has within the game, because when you are playing a final or a tournament that has big stakes, big money on it, things can get quite rough for you emotionally, and there are people that can help you withstand, get the right mindset there for you to get in the game. So being a psychologist within a professional team is actually an upcoming job, and for me personally very interesting. That would be very cool, but well, I already talked about it. So also things like technicians, analysts for teams or for companies that actually organize these tournaments. There are actually a couple of organizations that are starting to really get big, that organize various tournaments for various games, and they're getting bigger and bigger. The popularity of them is ever increasing, so they keep on requiring new people there. So also that is expiring. Well, I can go on about this for a very long time, but I won't. The point is, it's growing, and in any sort of way you can actually get into the esports industry as a psychologist or as a technician, whatever. So interesting stuff. That is now. That's not always. 10 years ago, maybe somewhat longer, but 10-15 years ago, esport was nothing more than what said in my first video. A couple of dudes, mainly dudes, that would gather up in a building and just play a video game. And then sometimes there was money involved, sometimes it was just the honor of being the best. But that was it. There was no reason to even think that you would get money in there. It was just people having fun together. It is only now that these things start being relevant. There was no such thing as a psychologist or a team manager. That was all way too far-fetched for what was actually going on. So I think, looking at where it is now and 10 years ago, esports as an industry has come a very long way. And I think we're just still at the wake of it, to call it that. And I'm very interested to see where it will go. I think there will be a lot of jobs coming. We'll just have to see where it goes. I think there's a lot of room for expansion in the things that I already said, but also in getting like actual academies, if you will, actual schools for people to work in the industry, as players, but also as people that will want to organize these events and on a great scale. I'm not talking like with your friends or in the neighborhood, but just like international tournaments for these games. So yeah, the working opportunities are endless, and as I'm playing the games that I play, mainly League of Legends, I see more and more people actually getting into this, getting really serious with the game and with the industry. So in my direct environment, social environment, I definitely see it growing, and I think that's awesome. And we'll just have to see where it goes. So that is what I wanted to tell you about the working environment of esports. I think in terms of time, I definitely nailed it. I'm proud of myself, feeling good. The funny thing is that I did this whole show without coffee. I can show you here. It's an empty mug, but it doesn't matter. We're just doing it all on the fly, and just beautiful things just come to you when they come to you, and you can't really, you can't really control it. So if you didn't drink coffee with me, that's fine. I forgive you. I didn't drink any coffee. I have to be forgiving in these times, since I found out that a friend of mine actually stole my name. I won't. In the interest of keeping her safe from the haters, I will not name her, but she knows it. So I just wanted to put that out there, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.